Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to episode 6 of our wellness vlog series. This is our final episode, so it's pretty crazy. We've already into episode 6, so we apologize. Normally we do our, next episode. We try to get them out on Sundays, but, we were recharging, resting with friends and family for the Labor Day holiday. So, but better late than never. So we figured we would get into episode 6 today.
Yeah, we'll clarify.
Yeah.
Episode of the series, but we're coming back. Like, we're not.
Yeah, we have more stuff for you, and Amanda will talk about that. So we're excited.
Awesome.
So we're just going to do a quick recap. So the last 5 episodes of the series, we did a brief introduction of who we are. We did some normalizing of mental health and, tying it into health is health is health. So we talked about diagnosing very, in general terms, gave you a quick biology lesson on how stress impacts our body, reviewed triggers and stressors, and that kind of, lead to an increased stress response with our brains and bodies. So, and then we discussed the importance of developing our awareness of our body, so that way we know what coping skills to put into place. So that's kind of where we're at. And Amanda, you can go ahead if you want and get into our topic for episode 6.
I'm so excited. And I will just a little note here. If you didn't catch up on those things, make sure you go back and listen to those episodes. They're up, so you can get all that information, because we kind of built as we went. So today we're going to wrap up this wellness series on a pretty little package with a bow on top, by ending with the importance of maintaining your health holistically, taking care of yourself first, especially while you're caring for others, because we know that a lot of us take on a caretaker role. So we have this thing that we love to use with our clients, and I even personally use it because, I'm a nerd. So the Substance Abuse Mental Health Service Administration is SAMHSA. They are the national overseeing body for basically all of our mental health and substance use interventions, treatment. They set the standard, they put out policies, protocols, that kind of thing. They put out this awesome tool called the 8 Dimensions of Wellness. It's beautiful. We're going to put a link to it in the show notes, so make sure you grab that, along with something that Kelsi's going to talk about. That'll be linked as well. And it's really beautiful circles that come together in a circle and talk to you about all the areas of your wellness. Oftentimes when we think about wellness, Kelsi, I know when I ask people, what do you do for self-care? And a lot of times it's physical things, right? It's like, I take a bubble bath, or I exercise, or I eat well. Well, that's physical health, right? Your diet and exercise are really important, and that's one category.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times people don't realize until I show them this, that, wow, I've really been neglecting things because I didn't know.
First, and we're like, whoa, wait, it's okay.
Yeah, because you didn't know. These are things that we weren't taught. So some of the other ones, I'm not going to list all of them, but the tool will be listed. So like social wellness, right? Like, who's your support group? Who's influencing you? Who do you have to reach out to when you're having a rough day? Occupational wellness, so huge. If you're miserable and unfulfilled in your work environment, your home environment's probably not going to be too happy either if you're carrying it over and you don't have good coping skills. So those are just a couple of them, but definitely important to look at all of them so you can balance them out and do your own kind of self-assessment of that.
Yes. And then the other tool that I feel like it would be super beneficial to tie into this episode, and there'll be a separate link in the show notes as well, as Amanda said, is Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. So we need to be mindful of our own dimensions of wellness, the ones that Amanda just discussed. And we need to not just be mindful of those, but also paying attention to how we're contributing to each dimension, because we're all unique. My dimensions and what make up my circles look very different from Amanda's. So look for that link below to, get more details about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, but it's, in a nutshell, it's a behavioral concept that just details each level of our basic human needs. So it helps us better manage our expectations of ourselves and other people that are in our life. If we And if you don't, you start from the bottom and you work up in that pyramid. So if we don't have the foundation of, a stable sense of safety or access to adequate resources, then it triggers our brain to go into that survival state that we talked about in past episodes. And so we have to kind of be easy on ourselves. And if we, especially in the state of the pandemic, it's impacting people's access to resources and their ability to reach out and connect with their support system. So, if we can't move forward, we have to pay attention to the biological limitations that are just naturally there for us. So whenever I bring out that tool in front of clients and it's like, hey, your income was cut and, in the middle of this pandemic, or just different stressors that make up those bottom couple, layers. And then they're like, oh, so that's why I'm struggling with like keeping connected in a healthy way with friends, or moving forward in, my career, or, my training in my career. So much more can be impacted by the stressors. And it just so happens we're in a global pandemic. So it's kind of right in front of our noses right now. So
absolutely. Yeah, we talked about the fear response, and I'll just say even just people that are immunocompromised every day, right? It's like, what do I do? Right? So it's normal to be concerned and not sure of your safety, but just know that until we ensure our safety, we can't move up the levels. And so that's where you're managing your expectations of yourself, and just give yourself grace. I think we've shared that before. Okay. So, ending up this episode, our role as therapists always is to help our clients develop their consistency in habits and new coping skills, right? So, a lot of times we see people start to feel well, right? You start to exercise, or you start eating different, or, you start, I don't know, what else? You start reading or do yoga or whatever it is. And then you're like, I'm feeling so great. And then you kind of think, well, maybe I don't need to do that anymore because I'm feeling great. Or you stop taking your medication.
Our expectations in those different areas.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Mm-hmm. So our goal is to incorporate these as preventative wellness techniques, right? Not something that you have to do outside of the norm that's going to be an extra work on you, but it's like within your daily routine to really help you stay well. And I'm excited because although this is our last wellness vlog episode, that means we are kicking off our beginning of our interviews with wellness professionals to kind of be the experts in sharing their stories and knowledge and expertise on wellness. So next week we start with Kelsi. So you got to know Kelsi just from what she shared, but we're going to talk nitty-gritty mental health that Kelsi wants to talk about. And to be honest, we don't even know what we're going to talk about yet because that's how we roll. But Kelsi is going to share some amazing knowledge with you on a topic of her choosing. And then we have a ton of other people scheduled through the end of the year. So I'm so excited. Thank you, Kelsi. I truly appreciate your time, effort, devotion to this vlog. And we will see you back soon.
Yes, we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Take care.